I sent you a text the other day that said, I think they were politicians in, was it Ohio? Iowa.
Yeah, the Republicans.
Calm down.
Your party.
We're wanting, yours too. We're wanting.
I'm getting to be more libertarian than I am anything anymore.
Cameras inside of classrooms. So they could, this is how they worded it, so they could spy on teachers to make sure they were doing what they were supposed to do.
And parents could watch.
And parents could watch at the same time.
Yeah.
Now, there is so much wrong with that, Dave Thomas, that I would rant for an hour.
Yeah. Well, we are state employees, correct?
Yes.
All right. You and I both are teachers.
Yes.
And we would be the only state employees that get spied on. Mm-hmm. Are they going to put, let's just say our great Commonwealth here of Kentucky, are they going to put cameras in the offices in Frankfurt? I'd like to spy on my senators and my representatives to see what in the world they're doing.
I'll put it this way. Does Mitch McConnell have a camera in his office?
I guarantee you don't have a camera in his
Rand
office.
Paul.
I mean, and that is, parents, listen, here, I have an issue. Okay, they want to spy on, and maybe it'd be a good thing because maybe some of these parents would see how their children really act in school. And maybe they'd see, but of course we got some that are blind. My little angel.
My baby don't lie.
Yeah. But here's my problem. I've got my big issue in my classroom is cell phones. I hate cell phones in the classroom.
Well, luckily I teach third grade.
And I don't know how many mamas text their babies during class time.
Wow.
Knowing they're not even supposed to have their phones out. Mm-hmm. But yet they do it.
Yep.
And that's not right. That it totally interrupts the class.
Yep.
And so, but no, I don't think, it's bad enough. We have to go to all these years to get the degrees to be able to teach. We have to get so many PD hours every year to continue to teach. We get a 20-minute lunch break. Any other professional with as much education as we've had to have, they get a lot more perks.
And you do duty.
Yeah, we do
during your lunch, right?
Yes, I have to go stand in the cafeteria, and I have to make sure no fights or anything like that break out. I have to go.
When we say duty, we mean duty.
Well, the worst one is my 6 minutes standing inside the boys' restroom,
the duty room,
to make sure they don't tear the urinals off the wall. Okay,
high school.
Yes, and so, but I don't mind it. I mean, we do have some good perks. We get a good vacation. We get the fall break. We get the Christmas break, spring break,
storms.
Of course, the summer, and things of that nature. Yes, it's great. But we put in a lot of time. And teaching is something, dude, I live it. Mm-hmm. When I come home, I'm thinking about the next day and everything, so much stuff. It doesn't end. It's not one of those jobs that
Thank
you just
goodness
walk away
I don't
from
have to do lesson plans, but you do, and that just adds another animal.
Yeah, and so, but I think this is ridiculous.
Yes. I'm fine with them being in the hallways and all that stuff.
But the only thing that may happen is when you see these kids whip out their cell phones when an event happens, maybe if they've got the cameras, they can see the whole thing. Mm-hmm. And they might see what's actually started it. Yep. But what's sad, and Alan, and you know this, anything that happens, it's always the teacher's fault. No matter what, it's going to be the teacher's fault. Yep. And I know the Republicans hate teacher unions, and I think this is what it's all about. Yep. It's to break the unions.
Not the one I belong to, but most teachers' unions are I think more liberal than
if anybody. I'm not mistaken, Indiana already has this in play.
I think you might be right.
Yep.
I just, you're talking about how teaching has changed, and parents and stuff. When I first started, probably 70 to 75%.
I thought you were going to say back in the 1970s.
Back in the 1970s, you had moms and dads both in the home, and it's totally reversed now. But then on the other side, too, when you call home and you tell them that, Johnny's been in a fight, they don't even want to know what their punishment is. They want to know if you punished the other kid. I'm like, wait a minute. You didn't understand me. I said Johnny picked up the urinal and threw it at this boy's head. Yeah. And it just totally glossed. I'm like, that's the part of the thing that just aggravates me.
Yeah. My little angel just can't do that. Would never do that.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's, I don't know, man. It's just coming to it. Big Brother is in everything now.
Yes.
And, sad thing is, though, is there's been instances that's created this, where somebody would think this is a good idea. Mm-hmm. And, just like everything, teachers are human beings. Yep. And we have good days.
I make mistakes every day.
We have bad days. Yep. And sometimes we are great, and some days we're off and we make mistakes. But kids aren't perfect either.
Nope.
And there's just sometimes you may catch somebody at the wrong time, and that's just being human.
Yep.
But we expect everybody to be perfect, and perfection is something we cannot attain, not in this life.
Nope.
And so I don't know what the answer is to it. We took discipline out of school, and now everything is punish the teacher.
Yep.
That's what I feel.
Yep.
And I don't know when the teacher became the bad guy. I don't know what happened. And why? What's going to happen is we're just like we see with the police force.
Yep.
We see the war on cops, and I believe that's happening. We see cops being killed every day. It's crazy. Who would want to go into that profession?
Yep.
And that's what's going to happen with teachers.
It's totally going. And
if you can't get good teachers,
Yep.
what's this world going to be? What are we doing to ourselves?
And two things, and I'll finish up. It always cracks me up. They'll say, "Well, Mr. Bradshaw gave me that 62."
Yeah.
Hold on. First of all,
you earned it.
If you get a 40, a 50, a 70, and an 80, that doesn't average out to a 95.
No.
And then I forgot my other point. What was my other point I was going to say?
I don't know. You never told me.
And second thing, after I get off the phone and you have, and most parents are awesome and they're fine and understanding stuff, but you have that one phone call and you get off the phone and you're like, you know what? I have a dartboard in my house with all the kids' pictures on a dartboard, and I just randomly throw the dart at a kid. And you know what I say? I'm going to pick on this kid today.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, it don't happen like that. I always live, if a kid does something, you correct it, you move on.
Yeah.
And it just doesn't seem that way.
That's what you're supposed to do as a parent, too.
Mm-hmm.
Are we still recording?